All right, for this first one, let me zoom in here so you can see it. If for some reason I don't look up and you can't see on the screen, just let me know and I will readjust the paper. So we want to solve. Remember, absolute value generally has two solutions. So how do we get those two solutions? First thing we have to check is, once the absolute value is by itself, is it set equal to a number that's equal to 0 or greater? If it is, we can keep going. If not, we have to write no solutions. So we can do this problem. I'm going to take this quantity, a plus 2, and I'm going to write it down twice. You should be doing the same on your paper, a plus 2. There's a couple different formats to solve this. This is just one way. Then I'm going to set it equal to the number it gives me, and I'm going to set it equal to the negative of that number. And now I'm going to solve for a. Subtract 2, a equals 11. Subtract 2, negative 13, and negative 2 would be negative 15. Problem done. Example 2. Okay, same thing. First check, is the absolute value by itself? Yes. And is it set equal to a number that's 0 or greater? Yes. Then I can keep going. B plus 7 equals the positive of it, and b plus 7 equals the negative of it. And now solve. Subtract 7. B equals positive 8. Subtract 7. B is equal to negative 22, correct? Thumbs up or thumbs down right now for those two? Okay, let's go on to example 3. First, I must isolate this absolute value, so I'm going to get rid of 5 by subtracting. 4c minus 1 is equal to 19. Ask yourself, is the absolute value, which is by itself, is it set equal to a number that's 0 or greater? If it is, we keep going. If not, we write no solution. So 4c minus 1 equals the positive of that number, and 4c minus 1 equals the negative of that number. One answer is 5. Okay, and you can choose a couple different things. You can put it as a decimal, or you can reduce the fraction. Some of you see they're both even, you just reduce it in your head. But if you're not great at reducing in your head, you can take the 18, divide it by 4 and hit math, fraction, enter, enter, and it will do it for you, negative 9 halves. You can also write it as a decimal as long as you don't round. Okay, you ready? This next one you're going to race me. I'm going to give you a 15-second head start. Ready? Show all of your work. Get set, go. So you're going to add 15 to 7 after you do that, and then you're going to set it equal to both the positive and the negative. Bless you. Please notify me if you ever see me make a mistake. It's going to happen. One through 5 right now, 1 through 5. Okay? Let's go on right now to example number 5. It's our last one before we move on to brand new stuff you've never seen. So we're going to do PEMDAS here, which means we work backwards with PEMDAS when we're solving. So I start with adding and subtracting first. I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. And then divide by 3. Remember to ask yourself, is this absolute value quantity set equal to a number that's 0 or greater? If it is, you can keep going. And we're going to have the calculator do all the hard work. Set this equal to the positive, and set this equal to the negative. I'm going to show my work in just one step, and then I'm going to let the calculator do the rest. So showing you how you can let your calculator do the rest. Grab your calculator, please. Put 1/3 in parentheses. Put 1/3 in parentheses. And then subtract 5 from it. We do not want to round unless it asks you to round. So then if it's an ongoing decimal, it doesn't terminate, hit math, fraction, enter, enter. And this is negative 14/3. On the right, we're going to type in negative 1/3, negative 1/3, and then subtract 5. It does not terminate again, so we're going to hit math fraction, enter, enter, and this is negative 16/3.